Do you know anything about the Jackson State murders? Massacre?
No. I'm not sure.
So I've never heard of the Jackson State shooting.
Both very close to each other, but that's my only knowledge of them.
At Kent State, there was a protest due to the events in Cambodia, and the students were protesting what was happening, and the National Guard ended up opening fire on all of them, killing, I believe, 9 of them. 11 days later, in Jackson State, police opened fire due to the same reasons. And when you ask people if they know about the events now, they all know about Kent State, but they don't know about Jackson State.
I knew that it was a shooting that occurred at a state university, Kent State, and that there were a lot of, it was just a mess, and it was messy.
It was like an anti-war campaign. A bunch of students were demonstrating, and then the police like shot and killed and injured a bunch of students.
I mean, do with the media coverage and how it was handled by the news involved, because Kent State was getting so much more attention compared to Jackson State, which is just unfortunate.
I'm not surprised, because black people never get media attention when they're shot and killed, and white America generally doesn't really care. And since these nice white protesters at Kent State were being peaceful and nice, and when they got killed, then it was a tragedy. But then black people were being black and they got killed, and it's just seen as something not worthy of attention because it happens all the time.
That's not shocking, but it's very upsetting.
And the media representation of these two groups are very, very different, because the Kent State protesters were mostly white or white passing, I believe. So obviously they're going to be viewed in a different light. And that can also be compared to like the Parkland students right now.
Last Friday, I was talking with my theater education class about history and, educating younger people about the history of people of color and how even our history books are being whitewashed.
Kent State was just given a lot more attention than Jackson State. In Jackson State, there isn't a lot of footage from the event. There's evidence that there just wasn't a lot of attention given during the time of the event as well. Just the ambulance were installed, bullet shells were removed. Like, it was just very much swept under the rugs.
It's more upsetting knowing that it hasn't changed even in 2018.
I'd say more so to like get people's sympathy in terms of like if you show that these white students were injured, then white people are more likely to care, versus like showing black students, it definitely wouldn't have the same like impact on general America.
When it's white passing people that are protesting, it's like, oh yeah, totally, yeah, we believe you.
The issue is like, 1 second you hear about one of the many black men getting shot by police officers, but then after a day, it's kind of like forgotten, and then there are just like thousands of names that just aren't even recognized in the media, like Jackson State.
With the Douglas High School shooting, there are a lot of like white students who are speaking out against it, and they're getting a lot of attention, but then when police brutality happens and black people are murdered, then nobody really pays attention to it.
Black Lives Matter protesters in modern day, and how there's this over-militarization, especially in Ferguson, black as well as brown protesters, and how these people are similarly being shot at with rubber bullets, tear gas, and just militarization, like weapons that shouldn't even be used.
The police are trying to cover them to keep their reputations, or whether it just ended up being some unfortunate situation, like an iPhone being mistaken for a gun.
It's inhumane, honestly.
That's framing an agenda setting in the media.
They pretend to be aware, and they're not actually being aware.
50 years later, as the events begin to kind of like die down in history and become less recent, and there are a lot of people that don't even know about Kent State now, but when the percentage of people who knew about Kent State was so much like exponentially higher than the people who knew about Jackson State when it happened, of course now people just aren't going to know about Jackson State.
How do you feel about not having heard about this event?
Angry, but not surprised.
And any life lost is awful.
White America generally doesn't really care.